hopefully I can get this video done because it's a little noisy in my house. Anywho, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I have another story time video for you guys, and this one is actually pretty serious. So let's just get right into it. So basically, this wasn't too long ago. It was the end of the summer and I was dating somebody, right? And at this time, well, when this happened, not loud, I was learning how to drive, whatever, and the guy I was dating was teaching me how to drive, right? So we were by this like river. This was more further up in New York, right? Like in Westchester. So we were by this like riverfront area, and we were just chilling, and he was trying to teach me how to drive in the parking lot. And I was like, well, when it comes to learning how to drive, I like to have like a really wide like space. Like I don't like to be in a small area. It's very narrow. So he was like, all right, I know a parking lot that we can go to where you can just, you know, I don't know why I'm running out of breath. Where you can just like, you know, pull up and take the car for a spin. So we went behind this parking lot, this like shopping or supermarket parking lot, right? And so he's teaching me how to control the car, how to turn it. So I'm getting a feel of the car, how to put it in drive, park, doing like simple stuff, just like literally going in circles. But again, I have a lot of space to work with, right? So basically, I was getting a little nervous because now I didn't know. Okay, so I hear two different things. First, I hear you can't be in the driver's seat unless you have your permit, and then I hear that you can as long as the person that's in the passenger seat has their license, right? So don't have my permit, and I'm in the passenger, the driver's seat. He's in the passenger, and I was getting a little nervous because I wasn't sure. And we were supposed to meet his parents at Applebee's. So we were supposed to go to his parents, not his parents, to Applebee's. And anywho, so I'm in the driver's seat, and then alright, this is a lot. So I see out of all times, because like there were people driving back and forth, you know, trying to find parking. And honestly, it wasn't like a legit parking lot. Like some cars are parked, but it wasn't like super packed either. So out of all times, a cop drives up and then does a U-turn and pulls up right next to me. When I tell you, I was shook. Like I was scared. I was very scared. Yeah, so I was very scared, and the guy that I was dating, he pulls down the window for me, and I'm just sitting here looking down at my phone. Actually, no, I didn't even have my phone. Thank God. But I'm sitting down, I'm just looking down, and then he goes, may I have license registration, please? To me. He goes, the guy I was dating. His name starts with an A, so I'm gonna say A. So A goes, okay, she doesn't have a license, but I have a license. Then he goes, license of registration, please, something like that to me. And then he goes, she doesn't have a license, I have a license. Then he goes, miss, can you please step out the car for me, please? So I was like, okay. And then he goes, babe, just listen to everything he says. And I'm just like, all right, like, all right. So I walk out the car. He asks me to go behind the vehicle where the license plate is. Me and him are talking, and A is watching me through the mirror right here. So so the guy's asking me questions about A. He's like, how do you know him? Where were you guys at? What time was it? Blah blah blah. And he's just being mad weird. Like he's like fidgety and stuff, and he was like Hispanic and black. And so I was answering all the questions he was asking me. Then he was like, oh, do you guys have anything in the vehicle that you guys should have? I was like, no. He's like, okay, so you do understand that if I find something in there that you guys can get a something, I don't know what he said, something bad. And I was just like, yeah, I understand that. And I was just chilling. I was just standing like this, and I was just like, there's nothing in there, but you can check. At this point I had an attitude, because I was just like, first I was scared, then I was just like, I have an attitude. So I forgot what else he asked me. I think he asked how old I am. Actually, no, I don't even think he did. But then he goes, okay, so the reason why I'm asking you these questions and I put you guys over, one, because there seems to be like a theft in the area, and I forgot what they said. And then they're like, oh, of a vehicle. And then he was like, were you guys in any other car in this parking lot? And I was like, no. My nigga, first of all, how the hell am I gonna get in this vehicle? I ain't got no key. Like, if I broke into a car, the alarm would have went off. Like, come on now. And he's like, okay, because if we check cameras and if we see you guys like did anything, you guys are gonna get a felony. And I was like, okay, I didn't do anything, so I'm Gucci. And he was just looking at me, and I was just like, you know. So I was chilling or whatever, and he was like, all right, you can go back into the vehicle. I was like, no problem. And he didn't check me either, by the way. This is a male officer. So he asks A to get out the vehicle, and like, I was mad scared, because I'm like, oh my god, like, he was doing nothing wrong. He was just trying to teach me how to drive, blah blah blah. And I'm looking at A and the police or the officer in the mirror, like right here, and he's asking him pretty much the same questions that he asked me, but he was more like on him, and I was just so uncomfortable about that. And I was like, honestly, like, after everything, I was like, honestly, like, if you were with another male, I think it would have been clipped, like, because the fact that you were with a female, I feel like he was a little bit less on you, but he was still on you. So he made him take everything out of his pocket. He's patting him down, doing all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? So what else? So I'm getting nervous, and oh, this is why I got nervous. So then the cop goes to reach for, like, in his pocket, and I was like, Lord have mercy on my soul. I pray to God that this officer does not kill my man at the time, you know. I was like, please, 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 please. I'm praying, I'm doing everything, and he doesn't do anything. But I was getting mad nervous. I was like, oh hell no, you know. So we're in the car, and then at this point we switch sides. I go in, actually no, we both get out. Then the guy checks the car, and from what I know, they're supposed to ask, like, he was searching the car. He took like my bag, he took my wallet out, he was looking in the cards, like my debit cards, and every card that I had, business cards from different places, money, moving my shit around. He did the same thing to A. And then he takes everything and puts it back in the vehicle, and it's all like open and shit. I'm just like, the least you could do is put everything back where you found it, but whatever. So I get in the passengers, A gets in the drivers, and then he asks A for mine and his ID. So now we're like, okay. So then we both take our ID, and then we hand it to him, and I think he takes a photo of it, honestly. And he's like, oh, if we find anything, you guys are gonna get a penalty, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, shut up, bro, shut up, because I didn't do shit, bitch. So I was getting aggravated, and mind you, when we were waiting in front of the vehicle for safety reasons, apparently, A was like talking under his breath, and he was like, he shouldn't even be checking the car, da da da. I'm getting I was like, hey, don't say nothing, because if he hears you, he's probably gonna use an excuse to fucking do something. Mind you, his little sister was calling him, and his phone is in the car, and we're just like, oh boy. Actually no, his sister was calling him while I was in the vehicle and he was out the car. I'm looking at the phone like, let me not pick up the phone, because I was mad nervous. You know, you see these videos of these cops like killing people for no reason. I didn't want him to think I was doing something, so I just stayed put. Then he was just like, all right, I didn't find anything, I'm gonna let you guys go, blah blah blah. And I'm to this day, like, we didn't get nothing in the mail saying anything. We thought it was weird that he took photos of our ID, and I'm just like, why is he doing that? Like, I feel like my ID is like my privacy. It's like, why are you doing that, you know? I remember him asking me like where I'm from and where he's from, where he lives. I'm like, I knew him from high school. Like, I know him, bro. Like, I know him. You don't know him. Nah. But yeah, so I was shook, and I'm just like, you know what, like, I don't even want to drive, like, forget it. And he was like, nah, that was mad sus, because how he go from telling us that, well, asking us questions, searching us, and then telling us that, oh, there's a theft, like a car theft in the area, like, and then he wants to check our IDs. Like, I feel like if it was that serious, they would have been had their information, and they would have just got us, you know. But obviously we didn't do anything. And then he was like, I just feel like that whole thing was mad sus, and I was just like, I don't know. Like, I was just shaking, and like, I'm like, I got it to my mom, because I'm a mommy's girl. So I was like, I got it to my mom, and when I told her, she was like, so what happened? And I just told her the story. And she doesn't really, she wants to know detail, but she, at the same time, she wants answers like this. I'm like that too. So I was like, yeah, but everything's fine. He was like, all right, Shayna, you know, just be careful. I know he's trying to help you, but you can't be in the driver's seat unless you have your permit. And I was just like, I hear two different things. I hear that I have to have a permit, and then I can't be in the driver's seat unless someone in the passenger seat has their license. And then she was like, well, they have to have their license. Like, you need to have your permit, and you're only able to drive until a certain time at night, and anything past that, you need to have someone with you that has a license. And I was just like, all right, well, I hear two different things, but whatever. So yeah, anywho, so now we're on our way to Applebee's, me and A, and we're with his parents and his little sister, and we put them on to what happened, and his dad is livid. He was like, oh, where's the guy? And then they're like, oh, he probably drove off already. And they're like, do you remember his name? And I was just like, no, I don't. And I feel like I didn't remember, because I was just so like caught up in the moment that my mind was racing, and all I could think about was, I didn't do anything, you know. So I'm like, I'm thinking I'm gonna get pulled over only because of the fact that I was in the driver's seat and I didn't have my license. All right, cool. But it turned into something else, and I was just like, hold up, I know y'all not gonna blame me and A for doing something that we didn't do. You feel me? So anyways, so then his mom was like, oh my god, like, you guys have to be careful. I can't believe that happened. Like, you hear the stories that happen out here with these cops. And I'm just like, I know, but I felt like God was with us. He was on our side today, because nothing happened. And after that, I am not getting in a driver's seat without my permit. So that's great, because I was doing very well driving. Like, I look cute driving. I'm just whipping it, but it's whatever. So that's basically it on my story time of me getting pulled over for the first time, and I didn't even have my license. Isn't that crazy? Anywho, thank you guys. Mind you, this is why I don't want to drive, because I'm scared of getting pulled over for no reason, because I get very, like, you know. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Don't forget to give this video a like if you like it. Also, comment, share, and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications so you'll be alert whenever I do post a new video. It will be the bell button by the subscribe button on my channel. Follow me on my Snapchat and my Instagram. My Snapchat is TheRealShayXO, and my Instagram is TheRealShayna. Wow, I said a lot. And yeah, I hope everyone has a good Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is mañana. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.